Multicultural literature, a genre of adolescent or young adult literature. Multicultural literature includes literature about people who are considered to be outside of the mainstream of society and have been marginalized in some way. More narrowly defined, multicultural literature focuses on people of color from diverse cultural, linguistic, and religious groups. It can be used as a tool to open students' mind. It helps to stimulate an understanding of diversity in the classroom and helps to build an understanding of and respect for people from other cultures. Also, it can be used to examine racism. Literature is a powerful tool to weaken and dissolve racism. The importance of multicultural literature is even more important with younger children because they receive the majority of their messages through pictures. When students realize the effects of seeing only white people portrayed in books, they begin to empathize with children from unrepresented cultures in children's literature. Other benefits include the development of vocabulary, stimulating imagination, facilitating empathy, increased knowledge of one's own heritage, and fostering positive self-concept and identity. Multicultural literature can teach children more about their cultural heritage as well as pride of their past. These are the goals of multicultural literature. First, it increases sense of self-worth and a sense that they have a chance for a successful future. Knowledge about other cultural groups lays the foundation for developing cultural pluralism, which is defined as a condition in which many cultures coexist within a society and maintain their cultural differences. Intergroup harmony and the ability to think from a multicultural perspective. Second, achieving educational equity. Educational equity has three basic conditions: an equal opportunity to learn, positive educational outcome for both individuals and groups, and equal physical and financial conditions for students to grow to their fullest potential cognitively, academically, and affectively. Third, working towards cultural pluralism. When educators support cultural pluralism, they modify fundamental conditions to promote equitable learning. Their goal to help students develop understanding and respect for people who are different from them. Fourth, create a sense of empowerment in students. Literature must help students become an independent learners. Empowerment also helps students take an active role in improving the lives of others. Fifth, the ability to work in groups in harmony. Educators provide knowledge and skills that prepare students to work with members of their own cultural groups and other cultural groups. Instruction include opportunity for students to work with and learn from each other. And last, teaching from a multicultural perspective. This means educators must challenge assumptions and stereotypes. For example, teachers need to select literature that does not promote stereotypical perspective. Also, teachers must see the culture, race, gender, religion, sex, and ability are variables in the learning process. These are the characteristics of multicultural literature. It shows the characters as unique individuals. It portrays all people as being respected for being themselves, not for their outstanding abilities to gain approval. It shows the characters as physically diverse. It allows the reader to identify with the characters. It accurately portrays culture. It describes social issues and problems frankly and accurately. It has problems resolved without intervention from the dominant race or culture. It shows all characters as equal. It glorifies all people's achievement. It presents accurate events and information. It describes the setting authentically. It seeks to rectify historical distortions and omissions. It provides legitimate dialogue. It void all of bias and stereotypes. The author accurately identifies with or is a member of the culture portrayed. Culture is portrayed multidimensionally. Appropriate detail of insider perspective is provided as a natural part of the piece. One of the stories with the genre of multicultural literature is Hurricane Child by Kacen Callender. It was a children's novel published in March 2018 by Scholastic Press. The book is set in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands, and tells the story of Caroline Murphy, who discovers her love for another girl. The book was received positively by critics and was praised for its vivid description of the Caribbean island, as well as for its use of present tense for the main character. Hurricane Child received the Stonewall Book Awards and the Lambda Literary Award in 2019. With the theme of sense of belonging in books for young people, there are stories that capture the dynamics of a community and reflect young people's life within a community as space. Sense of belonging is a process of understanding who you are and where you belong. This theme unfolds alongside a sense of isolation in Hurricane by Kacen Callender. In the story, Caroline struggles to belong. She is driven by her emotional suffering and battle to survive in her cruel and confusing world. The story takes place in an exotic setting, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and provides the reader with an alternate perspective on what life can be like beyond a visitor or tourist experience. Caroline did have support from some of the others in her world, such as her father, the principal, and her friend like Kalinda, but felt lost and alone and lost without her mother who abandoned her. She didn't have the same support system from others within her community throughout the story. In the end, she finds her inner strength and comes to grips with those around her. And talk about what happens in the book when it is revealed that Caroline is in love with Kalinda. Several students call her names, and those words, behaviors, and actions are called heterosexism. It is the marginalization and/or oppression of people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, queer, and/or asexual based on the belief that heterosexuality is the norm. Explain some of the challenges faced by LGBTQ people, including other forms of bias and discrimination, like anti-gay slurs, hate crimes, not having equal rights, bullying, being judged, not being accepted by family or friends, etc. About whether this is seen in school and what ways they can act as an ally. These themes makes up the genre of multiculturalism in the story. Here's the plot summary of the story Hurricane Child. Thanks for watching and listening.